Yo, so what's up YouTube? Welcome to the official first video of the channel, man. So we gotta get this thing started off right. So a lot of y'all know that I play football, but one thing I'm a huge fan of is YouTube/1v1 basketball. You might have done seen me in some videos. So in today's video, we are ranking top 5 1v1 basketballers on YouTube. Who's in my top 5? Let's find out. Cue the intro. So before I get started with name dropping who's in my top 5, I just want to specify how I do my rankings. So of course, if you're in the top 10, 15, you're good. But to me, once you get the top 5, like 5 and 4, that means you a dog. Like, you separate yourself, because even 4 and 5 still separate themselves from 6 through 10. But when you get to the top 3, Wolves, different. 4 and 5 can't touch them. That's how I do my rankings. So 5 and 4, they're good. And yeah, some of y'all might be disappointed with the names that I put at 5 and 4 and think, oh, they really some dogs. Like, yeah, they are dogs, but they not wolves. Wolves is from top 3. But y'all gonna see and realize, what I'm talking about when I explain in the video. So first, at number 5. We got Moon. I know this is probably one off rip. A lot of people gonna be like, you tripping, Moon a dog, da da da. Yes, Moon is one of the 1v1 goats. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's different. The way he plays is crazy. Like, I've told people, he's the type to, he ain't gonna score for 6, 7 possessions, but then out of nowhere, he gonna hit threes and still win because he keeps the game close with defense. But what's made Moon number 5 was the person above him beating him twice. That's what it was, because it was, and when I name drop the person, y'all gonna understand. It was, I wanted to put Moon at 4, but when this specific person beat him once, I still was giving Moon the edge because I feel like it was a slanted game. And I'll explain more when I explain the person, because y'all will understand. But once he beat him twice in a neutral game, that's when I was like, I gotta put him above Moon, sadly. And then when I explain the rest of the rankings, as far as top 3, one of the players in the top 3, you're gonna understand why I say wolves and dogs. Don't get me wrong, Moon is still a 1v1 he is. But right now, as of right now, I still got him at my top 5. But again, even in top 5, they separate themselves, because think about it. If you, from 6 through 10, who's in the mix? You got Scoob in the mix. I'll say 6 through 10. You got Kale in the mix. You got Cam in the mix. You got Scar in the mix. Like, even then, you've seen what Moon has done to those people. Day. Like, you've seen what he's done to them. Like, Moon is still tough. He separates himself from the lower half, but as far as things I've seen recently, which again I'll explain, I have to put Moon at number 5. For each player I'm ranking, I do want to put my favorite clip of them playing. So here's a clip of Moon. out who I put above Moon at number 4, y'all probably already guessed it. But at number 4, we got Nesco. First off, before we get anything, I want to say, hope he has a speedy recovery with everything that went on. And I hope he's back on the court soon, because we definitely going to be ready to see him get back into action. But why I put Nesco at number 4, as explained with the Moon, he beat Moon twice. First game, like I said, I still had him above Moon. Why? First off, it was a June's League game. Nesco is straight June's League, so it makes sense. But even in that game, Nesco still ain't win. Moon lost himself. Like, if you watch the game and actually watch the game, you saw Moon was really beat him bad. Moon just didn't take free throws. He was doing that pride. I don't want to win off free throws, da-da-da-da. And then when it came down to it, Nesco went off a free throw, pretty sure. Or he took free throws so he can win the game. Like, Moon won that game, but he lost because of his pride. But he was really, like, there was one point it was 7-1. And then even when the game got in, like, higher up in score, it was like 13-10, 13-11. So Moon was actually beating him. Moon lost the game himself because of pride. So, and then, you know, June's League's refs. Some of them, not saying all of them. Don't come after me, June's League. But some of them refs, questionable. And that's why I still had Moon over Nesco. But Nesco went to Nesquik and did Moon in. Not it was like a bad loss, but he won. He beat Scoob, and then he beat Moon. And Nesquik is in Miami. No, he had no slanted crowd, no refs helping him, no nothing. And he beat Moon again. And after that, that was the deciding factor to say, okay, Nesco is over Moon at top 5. And again, when I explain these other 3, you'll still see why I say they're top 5, but 4 and 5. Because right now, like I said, Nesco, he is a dog for sure. But his most notable wins are Scoob and Moon. All his other wins was like in 2v2s, or like when he was a boss on the Ball is Life thing, or when he be playing off the dribble. But it ain't been one-on-ones. Like, he beat Cam, but then again, you saw what I said. That's a perfect example. Him beating Cam's perfect example. Cam 6 through 10, but you saw what Nesco did. It's like that top 5 is a little bit different. Crazy. One of my favorite plays by Nesco. Before we get into this top 3, when we talk about the Wolves, let's have a quick message from our sponsor. Oh, my fault. Today, there it is. Today our sponsor is
absolutely nobody.
Let's get back to the vid. We in that top 3. The Wolves. The Killers. No! The ones who you see on the court, you don't even want to put the shoes on. Let's get into it. So the first one we got is Nas. Number 3, Big Guard U. I mean, it really shows it's self-explanatory. Nas, I mean, y'all seen him grown and like how he's gotten better like over time, and I don't know, it's just he's different. Like you've seen, was the last game that he had? Well, I mean, he's had, but the last game where a lot of people may know the person was he beat Scar again in the Nesco, and again separate themselves. Like he done beat Scar twice in a row now. There's a reason like Scar 6 through 10, he's top 5, but even then, I say he's a wolf. He's cause I don't know, compared to Nesco and Moon, they have to, for me, they have to beat Nas for me to say Nas isn't top 3. For them to be over him, and I don't see that happening. His game, he's big guard you. He's gonna drive, put his shoulder in you, lay. But that's the crazy thing about it. He improved his shot. Nas can actually shoot the ball now, which is actually another reason why he doesn't lose anymore. You see, even on boss rounds in the Baller's Life thing, he keeps calm under pressure and he's easily killing these boys. It's like he has proven that from his track record, and then he just keeps winning 1v1. Like he done 7-0 Smooth Joe recently. He came to the city a couple weeks ago, and he went crazy. I ain't gonna say too much about that game because I don't know if the video's dropped yet. I ain't trying to get fined, but especially seeing him in person, Nas is a killer. But I got him number 3 though, because the person ahead of him, y'all gonna see why. And nah, before I go to the person above Nas, yeah, I'm tripping. I'm acting like I ain't seen him literally be in the lab hitman. Every time in the lab is on the court, he killing them. Everybody. What? Like, but it ain't even just them though. Like he don't lose now. He literally wins. And yeah, Nesco wins, but like I said, as far as notable opponents, he ain't had no 1v1 opponents besides, to me, Scoob and Moon. Y'all might could say Nesco has, he has good opponents. Not like Nas though. And I know y'all see Nas playing in Big 3, Michael Beasley, all that. Like, I'm telling you, Nas, he's up there for a reason. One of my favorite plays by Nas.
Boy, get a stop! Get a stop! Oh no! Ah! I do.
So for a lot of people, these number 2 and number 3 actually could be replaceable. Like, cause I actually had a tough time with it because I'm like, I don't know. But right now, to me, number 2 over Nas, that boy Frigga. First off, Frigga won last time they faced 1v1, pretty sure. It was at Freakmas, like, not this year's Freakmas, but yeah, y'all gonna see the clip where because it's actually one of my favorite Frigga clips. Unless they play one more time that I don't know about, y'all have to let me know. But even then, if y'all seen how Frigga been acting season 10 of Next Chapter, like the last season that they just had with Michael Beasley them up there, Frigga is different now. Like, he is a killer, and he definitely is top 3, and I got him at 2. I got him at 2 just because, yeah, Nas is, big RU and he can shoot, but Frigga not small. I see on Next Chapter when they came to the city. I mean, you saw in the vid that I put. I was at the game. I'll put it up again. Not worried about that, man. But nah, I was at there. Friga not small. Like Friga actually has power. He can drive and use his size a little bit, but y'all know what separates him. That shot, crazy. And not like I said, Nas can shoot now, but shooting like Friga, no. And then you literally saw who Friga played when they came to the city. He had like I think 3-4 inch. I'm not sure. Maybe I could be exaggerating, but Friga still held his own. Really, the only reason Friga lost is because he couldn't hit free throws. Friga really won that game too. Like, Friga is a killer. And then y'all been seeing, like I said, he just been killing. Season 10 killed Tay. Well, he didn't kill Tay. He beat Tay. Shout out Tay, because that's one of my favorite hoopers. He might not be top 5, like 1v1, but he top 5, 3v3, 5v5 on YouTube. But that's for another video. He beat Tay 1v1. He beat Moon. This was a perfect example. He beat Moon that one time. Y'all can say they drew, but if you actually look, Friga didn't even want to play that second game because he was mad. Like, he was like, I don't want to face him again. Da 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 da. There's a reason Mario Chalmers sent Friga to kill everybody on that team. Killed Rod the next day, and then I think that was like the last 3v3. I mean, the last 1v1. But he was killing. There's a reason Mario Chalmers literally sent him as a hitman. Friga, top 2. And only way I would put Nas above Friga is they would have to do 1v1 and decide. But yeah, going back to the Moon thing, that's why, like I said, Moon is top. I got Nesco over Moon because, you know, the 2 loss thing. I got Nas over Moon because y'all seen how Nas played now. I don't necessarily think Moon will be able to handle it. And then I got Friga over Moon because, I said, y'all saw in season 10, he beat him that first game. Second game, he could have beat him too. He literally didn't care. Like, you could tell he didn't care. So, still, I don't want y'all mad at me that I got Moon at number 5 because it's logical. Top play from Friga. My fault. I'm just trolling. Don't be mad at me, Fred. Nah, because you can't lie. That was boo. But here's the real play.
Beat me on my channel. I got you here. You take my Christmas gift. Uh-huh.
You see that right there? Nas can't do that. Grab someone, had it. The trolling is crazy. Oh, and that's another reason. Villain arc. He's a troll. He's a villain. I love it. And I already did my research. Yeah, because Nas won that video where he did like best out of 3 games. Nas won that video, and then Frig won at that. I think it was Frigmas. I don't know. All I know is that Nas had a Christmas hat on. I'm guessing it was Frigmas. So Frig went down. So I'm pretty sure it's a draw. So literally, I wouldn't be mad if you have Nas over Frig, but I got Frig over Nas just for the fact that season 10 next chapter really showed me like he actually is a 1v1 killer, which Nas is too. But like I said, separate him is the jumper. Frig can be down and hit 4 3 straight and be good. Nas, to me, Nas can't do that, man. That's what That's my deciding factor between 2 and 3. But now it's time for number 1. Who's it gonna be? Man, it's been a great vid. You know, we got Moon at 5, Nesco at 4, Nas at 3, Frig at 2, and now we are at number 1. Who I have at number 1, drum roll please. Rob. It should be self-explanatory. I know there's a lot of people who agree with me, so I ain't even worried about if it's right or not. First off, he ain't lost a YouTube game. He has not lost. Y'all can look it up. Y'all can talk about the 2s or 3s or whatever. No, we're just a 1v1 rank. He has not lost a 1v1 game. He has not lost one. Because what? He's Paul been on Next Chapter. He has not lost one on Next Chapter yet. And y'all see why. Rob literally, well, first off, is North Carolina gang. I'm biased. So, but it ain't even about bias. It like, if you watch the game, he's different. First off, his shot, quick release, and he can shoot from half court, basically, and make it like, that's one person I would say can go toe to toe with Frig in shooting, like as far as best shot on YouTube. And if you say that's a lie, nah, don't. You don't watch the game. Like Rob can really shoot. Even his Next Chapter debut, his game against Kel, he hit like 3 or 4 in a row. Just boom, boom, boom. Had Kel looking sick. But now Rob is he got the shot, but then he's actually a big guard too. Like, pretty sure he's like 205, 210 or something like that. Like, you see, and y'all see how agile he is. He has the dribble bag. He literally is a good all-around player, the best all-around 1v1 player on YouTube. And he has defense. Like, of course there's games where he don't play defense, but I think that's every basketball player. They have their times where they don't play defense, especially if they can score. I don't think, they don't think they necessarily care about defense at times. But Rob is, I mean, y'all seen it on every episode. Every time he play, everyone talks about, oh, he don't talk. And no, he don't talk. He'll kill you quietly and then go about his day. 'Cause that's easy food. And that's what makes him a killer. It's nothing worse than someone not talking to you and then doing you in 15-0. Not trying to, start nothing. Like I said, I got school top, top 10, 6 through 10. But think about it. School, he beat Scar. He hasn't necessarily played, like, because they did a lot of tag team 1v1s. But not even, people from the cities in the miniseries killed them off. But, like, that's all he did to School. 15-0 School. And then Scar. People say the game with Scar was close. Yeah, it was close. Scar still ain't beat him. Like, he's separated. He's separated himself. And when it comes to top 5, I mean, that's what, because everyone's on the internet is asking for Nesco and Rob. And every time I sit there and comment, Nesco is not ready. Like, I don't think people understand how much of a killer, like, Rob actually is. Like, just because he don't talk, people don't understand, but I really think he would beat Nas in a 1v1 if they face, because Nas ain't gonna be able to, big guard you them and big guard you. I don't know if that's his name, but I'll say it. But he's not gonna be able to big guard you them because, again, he's a big guard too. I mean, look at this.
I'm a big guard, nigga. What y'all talking about?
And then, so if it came down to, canceling out the big guard stuff, and it just came down to who has a jewel bag and who's shooting, come on now. Come on now. You telling me you got Nas in a shootout with Rob and you got Nas winning? Come on now. No, you don't. And then I got Rob beating Frigga just for the fact that it's North Carolina game. Like, he from North Carolina. I don't care what Fred talking about. Fred can be quick. He can shoot the ball. I don't care. You go against Rob. It's 15-0, 30-0. And here is the play. This really might be the play that had me decide, like, he might really be the best on YouTube. It ain't a 1v1 play, but it's a what you're gonna see. But
How long it's gonna take? Shit. Shit, y'all come back out here and rap shit. How long it's gonna take?
The nigga was too stunned to speak.
well, that brings an end to the top 5 1v1ers on YouTube. I got honorable mentions. One honorable mention is Fombi. Fombi actually was in my top 5, but he's just getting back outside. He been in the lab on his own channel, doing runs and stuff. But you can't lie, when Fombi is on it, he looked like a top 5 player. Like, he really killed. And then another honorable mention, if he really wanted to get serious, Mike Beasley even said it in the season 10. If he really wanted to get serious, like, he would kill everybody. And it's Mike Harden. And I mean, I don't hate to say it, but I do, because it's North Carolina gang. So that rivalry with him and Cam, I'm going for Cam every time. Easy work. I don't care. But if we talking real, if Mike Harden really wanted to kill everybody, not say he would kill everybody, because I don't think he's beating Rob, possibly Frigga. But if he had what Mike Beasley said, he said if Cam trained like Mike, or if Mike had Cam's tenacity, it will be over for. And that's honestly not a bad take. He would be tough. No, he doesn't do 1v1s often, but even then, I think literally Mike would beat a lot of the 6 through 10 players, and he could solidify himself as a top 5 if he ever got serious. And then another honorable mention to me, this is just strictly me. Ain't got no one else, it's strictly me. There is one hooper, and I've commented it before, that has a better bag and finishing than a lot of y'all favorites hoopers. And his name is Eli Carter. If y'all actually watch him play, even in the season 10 of Next Chapter, because that's the only thing he's been on his Next Chapter. That's why I'm bringing that chapter up. That's the only thing he's really been on. Even in the season 10, all the tag team 1v1s, they lost when he wasn't on the court. He carried the team. But And then you saw the first game where he faced Day. I mean, North Carolina game, but you saw his finishing. Like, he did the only thing about him, he get tired. But like, he actually got outside, went into, played 1v1s, did a tour, I honestly don't think he's losing. Like, I mean, he trains with Kyrie. Awesome. People don't understand. There's levels. You train with someone at that level, you gonna be like that when you go against, not regulars, but when you go against people who don't necessarily train like that. So that's just me though. If Eli Carter really were to like get serious about 1v1 tours, that's all I'm gonna say. Well, that's it for today's video. I got my top 5. Moon, Nesco, Nas, Frig, Rob. Top 5. Can't argue with that logic. And if you can argue with it, do it in the comments, because I'm ready to go toe for toe. I'm ready for it. But thank y'all for watching. Definitely comment if you want me to do a 6 through 10. 6 through 10 would actually be harder than 1 through 5, I feel, because I think 1 through 5 is actually like solidified. I think a lot of people who watch understand that Rob, Frig, Nas, Nesco, and Moon are top 5 on YouTube in 1v1. I think that's self-explanatory, but 6 through 10, I think that's where it gets harder, because like I said, for me, you got Kel in the mix. And yes, I'm actually put Kel up there because Kel is tough to me. He's actually my favorite hooper. Like, he's the reason I started watching YouTube basketball. A lot of people don't know it, but Kel is up there. I think I got Scoot up there. Y'all seen Scoot, man. I got Cam in there. I got Scar in there. And then, I don't know. I might have Tay in there. I'll have to see. But with that, they all beat each other, like, all the time. Like, no one separates themselves. Like, Scar beat Kel in a 1v1. But then Scoot beat Scar. And, y'all saw the frequency thing. He beat Diesel, then Scar. And then he beat Scar. And he beat Scar earlier. But then Kel beat Scar in the King of the Court, where the controversial, shot. So it's like they all beat. And then Cam, all of a sudden, he's over there competing and beating Mike Harden. Like, and that's another thing. It's like, but Kel beat Cam. Like, before Cam was like, but Kel's been hurt, so we haven't seen him play. It's like, is 6 through 10 will be confusing. But if you want me to do a video on it, definitely comment video 6 through 10, and we'll make it happen.